right, I got a letter from RSC Japan, opposite side. All right, so Rolex logo up top and the address to the right, my name, my address. You can see this was sent to me the 11th of May, and it always takes me a while to go get my Rolex watches. I mean, I was in the middle of wearing the 16710, so I'm sure you understand. Now, of course, this has to do with the Sea Dweller. The overhaul is complete, and when they complete it, they call you a couple times. I wasn't able to answer, but it's just as well, because if you don't, they send you this letter and you get more paperwork. Now, would this included in a full set add to the value? Probably not, but it would be kind of nice to have. All the paperwork adds to the provenance, so I like it. All right, it says, your repairing is completed. Thank you for coming to Rolex. The repairing of your Rolex watch is completed, and then there's sort of a customer number under there, which I'm sure you could track me through if you work at RSC somewhere in the world. Your watch can be collected at any time at your convenience. Please bring the receipt card with you, which have your name and number on it, and give it to the reception. If you do not have the receipt, could you please bring one form of identify, passport or driver's license with your photo on it? We're looking forward to seeing you soon. Best regards. And I did not take the card, all right? Why? I wanted to keep it, all right? And I just showed them my Japanese ID, and they took down the information, so if something happened later and the real Austin showed up, then they'd be able to track the fake Austin down. Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. I'm right by Tokyo Station and getting ready to go to RSC, gonna pick up the Sea Dweller. It's been overhauled. I got a new bezel insert, links in the description to some of the videos on that watch. Now, I heard an interesting podcast, Hidden Brain. That's one of my favorite podcasts. And the episode was Money 2.0, if you want to check it out. They're talking about money, and the second part in that two-part series, they talk about brands, and that's right up our alley. And there's an interesting study. Check this out. All right, so participants were given golf clubs. Half were told that they were Nike golf clubs. The other half, they didn't talk about the brand. All right, so half of them thought they were using really good golf clubs. The others, I guess, didn't. Which group of participants did better at golf? The ones that knew they had the Nike golf clubs. All right, so this is the placebo effect, and it's real. And what does this mean for watches? Well, it means that Rolex is important. It means something. It's gonna change your life. It's gonna make you better if you believe it, if it resonates with you. And this is something I've really felt, because I'd been wearing the 16710 GMT Master 2 P serial. Now, 2 days ago, I took that to the bank safe, and for the past couple days, I've been wearing this, the Timex Q. This is a great watch. I mean, it's highly accurate, plus 2 seconds a month, and it's got a lot of 16710 GMT vibes. And if you want to see those watches compared side by side, link in the description to a video where I do that. And as good as this watch is, and I think everybody should have a good quartz watch they can just throw on their wrist, and this is mine. These past couple days, I just haven't felt like I've had the mojo I usually do. You know, when I look down at my wrist, I go, you know? It's weird, because, I mean, it's doing the job perfectly. It's highly accurate. I mean, it's more accurate than what I was wearing. But it hasn't made me feel as good as those 2 months where I was wearing the 16710. And this is a big part of it. I mean, this is the placebo effect. This is what Rolex can do, or what Timex can't do to you. Now, again, it's so interesting, because it all depends on you and whether the brand resonates with you. And I'm sure you could give a Rolex to some people, and it would actually have the opposite effect. It would make them feel like a tool, or like they're a braggart, or they're being ostentatious, or that they're participating in conspicuous consumption. And maybe it depends on the Rolex you would give them. I mean, I think I might feel like that if you were to give me, you know, a solid gold, really blingy diamond dial watch. It might offset the good feelings that Rolex gives me, all those sort of negative things. But it's all in the mind. And, you know, it goes to something like a Squale. And look, I mean, I guess there's some people walking around that think, you know, Squales are awesome, they're really good. But most people, I think, that get the Squales they're trying to get the Rolex, but trying to bargain basement shop and do it. And you got to ask yourself, I mean, what does that do to their psyche? What kind of mojo does that give them? The whole, you know, I'm a, quote, smart buyer. I'm a smarter watch buyer than a Rolex guy. It probably doesn't give them a lot of mojo. There's probably not a lot of mojo there. And by the way, that's untrue, because a $900 Squale is going to tank after you get it. A $9,000 Rolex is going to be, well, going for $11,000 in a couple of years probably. So anyway, very interesting. Not this one, but that Rolex that I'm going to have on my wrist in about 20 minutes. Is that going to give me mojo? Studies show yes. All right, usually when I go to RSC, I stop by this place, have a beer or two, and going up the stairs, I noticed this. All right, new watch shop, and here it is. I took a look at what they had, mostly all ladies' pieces, except for this 34mm Oyster Perpetual. This is the only thing in the shop a man could have worn. Beautiful box it comes in, and simple watch, no date watch. It has an engine turn bezel and an oyster bracelet. It looks to be sort of a cream color, or maybe that's a silver dial. Beautiful. I mean, it's a really nice, simple watch, and between $3,000 and $4,000 USD, so not expensive for a Rolex in 2022. But 6 years ago, that would have gotten you a Datejust 1601, and you'd still have $1.5 grand left in your pocket. You can pull my arm hair all you want, but you can't pull my mojo. That's where I draw the line. All right, guys. So, new bag, I can tell because of this rope material. Not that big of a deal, but brand new service pouches. All right, guys, that's breaking news. I'm going to do that in another video. And yeah, I'll go through the contents of this later. You can see the watch. Here it is, looking good. New bezel insert, no polish. All right, my mojo is back. Like, subscribe, drop a comment in the comment section, take a dose of horological placebo, wash it down with some Rolex Kool-Aid. It'll make you as cool as James Bond. Scientifically proven.